Hey guys, good morning. Good morning, Vigya. Good morning, Neha. And
Morning. Good morning, Khushboo.
Hi,
Good
hi
evening,
Khushboo.
Vidya.
Hi
ho-
Navneet.
hope you all had an amazing start to the new year.
Yes.
Yeah. It's been great.
Yeah, and thanks to Navneet for sending us all that small message on the new year thing. In fact, I was just thinking while this came to my mind that at the end of this uh, or in the description box of this particular video, we will put Navneet's message that he had shared with us about his learnings from the previous year. I think that message should reach everybody. So, on that note, let's start with our third section of all the questions that you had asked Navneet, but a little introduction for all those who are new here. Most of you have been connected with us ever since the beginning of this series of webinars and then a sub series under that with Navneet. So, we are here with you from uh, Segan Cure. And under Segan, we have a lot many things: yoga at home, sound healing, Segan mantras, homeopathy. For more details, you can always visit our website www.segancure.com. We also have in this, as a beginning to this year 2021, we also believe that 21 days has the power to help us create any new habit. So very soon we are coming up with a webinar on 21 days series of transformation. So stay tuned for that as well. If you are not connected with us on any of our groups, I will post a link. Again, a link for that on in the description box. You can just register with us and stay connected. For now, let's move ahead under Sigin Mantras, the series that we have here, Answers with Navneet. And today's session, we have with us Vigya, who is a best friend. Never agrees. He says I am like Navneet Guru and I तो हम सारे गुरु जी हैं ही. There's no doubt about that. We are learning so much from him every day.
True,
Every day.
true.
Vigya has a very special place for Navneet, and so does Navneet. And in fact, I just want to let every one of you know that this series of webinar with Navneet, like people sending you all sending your questions and Navneet sending us answers, would have never been possible into action if Vidya did not come up with this thought. So I bow down to you, Vidya. I am off screen,
Oh,
but that's this is a very
that's
important thing. Yeah.
that's very kind of you to say that, Khushboo. But it all goes back to Navneet, his understanding of autism, his willingness to share everything with us, and you especially for providing us a platform to represent our kids and doing all the wonderful work that you do under Seek and Mantras. So thanks to you and thanks to Navneet.
Always open for all who have you because of to I won't be available on screen. So today is totally uh, Vidya Neha. Oh,
Sorry, Khushboo, your voice was breaking. Do you want me to share the screen?
yes, Vidya, from here, I would want you to on our camera on go on mute.
Okay.
Sharing.
Nidhi, can you confirm if you're able to see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Is I'm audible?
Yeah, yeah, you are perfectly audible. Okay, so today we are here with our third category of questions, which is autism and parenthood. And Navneet has put in his best effort in to answer all your questions. So I'm very excited to get started here. Here's our first question. One of the parents have asked how to connect with kid. Nihati, on to you.
Uh, I'm I'm not reachable. I'm not seeing the slide.
Are you not able to see my screen?
Yes, yes. Ha, now it's correct.
Now you can see it?
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, give me one
So
second. I think I need to go back on the slideshow and let's try if you can.
no, I'm seeing.
Can you see it now?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So the answer for the first question is the question was how to connect with child. So the answer of Navneet is connect with a child with entering in their world first. Do know them deeply and make to feel them safe and lovable. Do imitate what are they doing. Connect a strong bond with right way of communication. Try to know a child's behavior. What is the reason behind it? His answer is firstly we have to connect with a child. That is very important thing. First the parents should step forward, connecting and making a strong bond with the child is very important. And understanding them and what are the behaviors and the tantrums, what are the child does. We have to find out the reason behind it. Then means we have to connect with the child entering in their world, and we have to see means being a child means accepting their likes, their habits, whatever the means when Navneet was diagnosed with autism when he was 2.5 years old. He was having the spinning habit. He was having he used to spin a lot, using the pencils and all. Then we through that activity we started connecting with Navneet, a lot. When he used to spin, we used to sit with him, and we used to spin along with him, and he used to feel very happy, and he used to imitate us, and he used to feel very happy. So connecting with the child, with doing the activities what they are doing, and connecting with their likes, their habits,
Right.
entering in their world and doing
Right.
what they are doing. We should imitate first, and going in their track, we have to slowly bring them in our track. That is very important, connecting with
Right.
them. So
Right.
it is a very important thing every parent should know. Connect with the child, and having a strong bond is very important to me.
Right. Right. And he has so rightly pointed out like the right way of communication. I
Yes,
mean, for
yes.
my experience, I can tell it took me so long to figure that out because there are several things that would fail before one would work. And and it is such an important step, like finding the way to communicate with a child is such an important step. And just one after the other, as a parent we would try different things. Some will work, some will not work, but at the end of the day I think we'll have to find what is going to work for our
The
child. And
parents, we
Mhm.
have to keep trying our level best.
Right, right, and I think that will go a long way. Yeah.
Yes, it's the journey is long, but we will succeed definitely.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Let's move to the next question. We get.
Yeah. So the next question is, what should I do as a parent if he just wants to sing non-stop? I join him many times, but when doing any activity, it hampers a lot. He doesn't watch songs or TV or anywhere, just remembers it once and sings. What can I do as a parent? Many a times I get angry as he forgets to eat, dress up, and many things due to singing. As a parent, how to ignore this and how to help him? That sounds just like my daughter. Like Kavya is all about singing and singing all day long. So let's
Mhm.
see what Navneet has to say.
Please share the screen, Vidya. Slide
Oh,
that
you
slide.
can't. You cannot see my slide.
No, no.
Hmm.
Previous one I'm seeing. Ha,
How
yes,
about?
now. Ha.
I think
Now it
I think there's a little slight delay before it
is.
comes. Yeah, before you could see it. How about now? Can you see it now, Dee?
Ah, yes, yes, yes. You
Okay.
have read
Okay.
the question. I will read it now, the
Yeah.
answer.
Yeah.
It's not a part of singing. It's a vocal stimming, he says, The
Mm.
answer of it is a vocal stimming. Talking continuous and non-stop singing may be the sign of vocal stimming. Replace it with the right way. Make him to play some harmonica and or flute and
Mm-hmm.
give some chewing gums while dressing and play something turn-taking games in singing, and for him music class is needed. Join him for music class, he's telling. What are
Oh wow.
the every child has a unique stimming nature, like
Right.
vocal stimming will be there, some will continuous fidgeting will be there,
Right.
some one of the other features we can see, stimming nature we can see in autistic kids. That stimming
Right.
nature we have to transfer it, turn it to the some positive cause, for means teaching. If a child is having the vocal stimming, then we can turn it to the right way, through singing and all, by playing some music instruments and all. Their need will be fulfilled. Along with that, it will become, we can make them the goal, this
Right.
also.
Right.
Then we can
Right.
make them interested. We can make our kids to develop interest in that music and all. Means
Right.
vocal stimming is there. Whenever it fluctuates, whatever the sensory activities are there, there will be fluctuations. If a child
Mm.
does the vocal stimming for today or for 2 3 days, and after 2 3 days they will come with other stimming nature, when they
Mm.
are doing the vocal stimming at that time, we have to replace it with this type what Navneet has told. No, we have to. If we do this, then they will enjoy. They will fulfill their need, as well as whatever we are going to teach them. They will get used to that. They
Right.
will learn something. They will, through that stimming nature, they will learn something in the right way. Whenever
Right.
Navneet does the stimming, even I give him some flute or something to play, or some bubble activities and all. For
Mm.
5 minutes, he will play. We will take it as a oral activities at that time, and
Mm.
after half an hour, that need will be fulfilled for him, and again he will be stable at that time. So we have
Oh.
to don't stop them. Whatever the stimming nature is there, don't stop them. Replace it
Hmm.
with right activities. You know, that is the
Yeah.
main.
I'm just curious to know, does Navneet play any instrument? Does he play
Ah,
flute
yes,
or?
yes. Sometimes he plays xylophone or
Oh
piano.
wow.
Uh,
Wow.
but he don't want to learn from us. He want to create his own tune. Uh, I have some recordings. I will share it afterwards.
Oh, that would
What
be
is
great.
See, you tell me, you please don't teach me, Neha, he says, I want to create my own tune, he says,
He probably
Okay.
has, yeah, he for sure has
Uh,
things in his mind and he wants to display
uh,
them his own way. That's great.
no, he want to do all the activities in his own way, He tells
Oh
me,
yeah.
I don't need any teacher, I think.
Right,
I'm a
right,
lear- I'm a student now, Day by day, I'm
right.
learning some new things from him.
But we have a complete reason to trust him, right? That he
Yes,
has
yes, definitely.
shown his ability, so I'm sure that he can do that
No,
too.
no, if we give the freedom for our kids
Right,
to do their activities in their own way, we come to know many ideas what they are hidden in their talent.
right,
Huh?
right,
We have sometimes we have to be free with the child. We have to observe what will come from
right.
them. Oh, so. music is the very, in the early stage, if the child, if we create the habit of music, for the children, then it will be very good for in future also, if they,
Mm-hmm.
singing hobby is very very, and listening music and singing is very good for autistic kids, whenever
Yeah.
they, because always their mind will be in very stress and anxiety will be more, and the music is the only medicine to calm them very quickly.
Yeah.
I have learned from my experience, when
Yeah.
Navneet was um, small, he was having hyperactivity was more, that is the only music helped me a lot, in calming him. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I would prefer every parent to teach that child, to build this hobby in their kids,
Yeah. Yeah. I've heard that from many parents that music is something that calms their kid right away. So for sure, something to look into. Okay, I'll move on to the next question.
Yeah, sure.
So the next one here is how to teach obeying verbal commands. Can you see my screen, Lee?
No.
Let me give it a few seconds to see if it'll show.
Yes, now I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay.
So, how to teach obeying verbal commands? For this question, what Navneet answered is, before giving any verbal commands, you make sure whatever commands verbally you are giving, they are clear to your child or not. He's asking, he is
Yeah.
getting, whether he is getting understand what you're telling. If
Mm-hmm.
child's understanding level is low, then you use more gestures to teach them, then less verbally. So they learn the language. If child has
Mm-hmm.
a good understanding language, start with simple instructions with only one command, and slowly switch to two commands. Then go for critical thinking. Whenever
Mm-hmm.
you're giving commands, make sure that your voice is low and words are clear. Your words should reach them clearly. Don't talk fastly. So, what I'm doing now? Autistic kids success in language development when they are taught with more non-verbal way of communication.
Oh, yeah.
In the previous webinars also, in his some of his write-ups also, he has
Mm-hmm.
mentioned the same. Talk with the child slowly and clearly. Your voice,
Right.
your words should reach them, not your voice. This is
True.
very important. Whatever we are talking, we have to observe whether the child is understanding it properly or not.
Mm-hmm.
Starting with the one command first, then switch
Right.
off to the two commands at a time. Then for critical thinking, this is very very important in the beginners, for the beginners. When your kid is small, you have to communicate with a child in such a way that you have to work more on the receptive language.
Mm.
Don't make the child confused in confusion. Means
Right. Right.
start with the simple command. Mm.
Right.
Come,
So,
come, Navneet, sit down. Huh? Take this glass. Like this one sentence
right.
comes. That is
Right.
very important.
Right. So,
Means
do you
the
think
language.
sorry, go
Yeah, Vik.
ahead.
No. Carry on, Vigya.
I was asking, with your experience, would you say that this is a skill of talking slowly, talking clearly with your child? It requires a practice at parents' end, because with my experience, I can tell that it's been a constant thing that I have been practicing over years of talking slowly, talking clearly, and I
Hmm.
still catch myself so many times that
Hmm.
is just say it fast, and I would just see that expression on Kavya's face which will say that she did not understand what I say, and then I have to repeat myself again. So I feel like that I have been like constantly training myself into into this. So what
Yes.
has been your experience?
No, we have to observe when we are using the command, if they are not getting it, whether the simple one step command or two step command, if they are not understanding it, through use the more gestures,
Mm,
for
yeah,
teaching them.
yeah, yeah.
If
Use more.
your words are not working at the beginning,
Mm-hmm,
use
mm-hmm,
more. That is
mm,
very important. It is justice is not only for the verbal or non-verbal kids, it is for
yeah, yeah.
language development. It is for
Right,
language.
right, right.
They
It
learn
is just a
through
communication way.
action.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Action. Some kids learn through actions.
Mm,
Means
right.
those who are visual learners, Vidya. I
Mm,
want to add some important point in this. Those the kids who are more visual learners, they look at our face, through
yeah,
action. They
right,
catch the command. Those who are
right.
auditory learners, they catch they look at our mouth. What we are talking.
Mm,
They will focus on auditory command. Now, those
right.
visual learners will see our face, observe our actions. So,
Mm,
in the beginning, gestures through gestures, if we teach a child communication, then they will
yeah,
learn the language very soon.
yeah,
That is,
yeah.
we
Mm,
have to
this,
observe the child whether they are visual learners or auditory learners first. Then you
right.
work with your child for communication according. you know
Right, right. Oh wow, there's so much of information packed in this answer. I'll have to go back
um,
again after this session to
oh,
go through it and grasp it completely what he's trying to say.
sure.
Okay, I'll move on to the next question.
Yeah, yes.
Uh, okay, is keeping a fixed routine, daily living activities in the home helpful for autism kids or variable change in routines helpful?
uh, yes. Yes, the answer for this question is yes. Keeping routine fixed will help more for autistic kids as they learn good with scheduling. They are
Hmm.
more stick to routine. If you're doing changes in routine, please inform them before it's getting changed.
Hmm.
Introduce changes slowly. I have already wrote about routine in the previous category. So
Yeah, yeah,
because question arise in the previous category, means
yeah.
stick routine means in the beginning when your kid is small, in the learning age, in the starting, when your kid is small, fix a routine, proper routine, because if you keep the proper routine for the child, then they will they will learn step by step properly.
Mm.
So routine is very important, not only for the kids, for us also. Routine, daily routine,
Yes,
what we keep,
yes,
that's very important. But along with that, changes are also important. But we have to adjust to the changes. But we will easily adjust as we
right,
are as a
right,
normal
right,
person. But for this
right,
autistic kids, changes, they are not. It is not easy for them to accept the
right.
changes. But if we teach them, if we train them properly for the changes also, slowly they will get adjust to the changes also. But we have
Hmm.
to discuss with them. And the more the thing, whatever that is, communication is very important. In the last
Hmm.
previous webinars also, I was telling proper communication with the child is very important. We know the
Right.
what are changes, we are going to see what is the changes we will see in the routine and all. But the child doesn't know that what is going to change.
Right.
If
Right.
before
Right.
that if we discuss this before it is changed, then it will be easy for them to set their mind for the changes.
Hmm. Right. Right.
Please
Right.
keep a proper communication.
Right.
Share
And
everything with your child. Mm. Don't
right.
think that your child doesn't know anything. Teach,
Hmm.
behave with the child like a normal child. Like a normal
Hmm.
kid. How you talk. Same
Right.
like this. even for the normal kids also, changes is hard for some kids. We will
Right.
discuss. We are
Right.
going to there and here and there. Please treat
Right.
your child, behave with them, communicate with them like a normal child.
Right, right. And this is something that I remember when I've read some of the earlier write-ups that Navneet used to write. He has mentioned it a few times. Keep a communication open with your child, communicate with your child, tell them why they have to do something when you ask them to do something. And that kind of like line stuck me in my head because not always would I tell Kavya if I'm having her do some exercise or some if we are going out or we are going to a store, I would not necessarily tell her why we are doing this. But since I have read this by him, I make it a point now that I always tell her that if you are doing this app exercise, why are you doing it? Why? How is it going to help you? So I think that has definitely made a change in my thinking, and I'm sure it is helping Kavya to just to have that
So
open
for the
communication.
autistic kids, if they don't know whatever the task they are doing, without knowing the reason, they will not cooperate.
Yeah,
Whatever the task it is, I since in from my experience, 15 years experience, what I observed my child is should have whatever the task we are taking, it should have the purpose. No,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
they should
yeah,
know whatever the task we are taking. They should know what we are doing, for what purpose we are taking the task. It's
for
very
sure.
important. Then only they will show the interest in
Yeah,
doing that,
yeah, yeah,
or else
yeah.
it will become forcible, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
forcing the child to do the activities, it
it's
doesn't
not
work.
going to, it
It will
doesn't go too
become a
far.
rote.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
will become a
yeah,
routine. So
yeah,
communicate with the child in such a way that they should know everything. They have the right to know, everything.
yeah,
What's going on? So
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
let's move to the next question.
Great. Okay. Life is difficult, but spending a lot of time with my kid is a gift. Can you see his answer here? See?
Uh, no, Vigya.
Okay.
Yes, now I can see.
Okay.
Answer for this question is is this a question or answer? I don't know. Soria is very straightforward. Whatever comes in his mind, he will write off. So is he is telling, is this a question or an answer? I don't know. But he is telling the answer also. He is sharing his thoughts with this. I don't know, but good to know that parents are spending time with the child, gifting them good time. So, good bonding develops with spending time with each other. Life is meant to learn all variations in life. Ups and downs in life is seen in everyone's life. But one who takes the difficulties as challenge in life, they will succeed in life. Hmm. So accept all difficulties, take it through ambitiously to turn into success.
Hmm.
Difficulties are the exam in life. Pass it and face it boldly. This is
Wow.
his answer. This is his life quote he is
You
adding in
can't,
this, Means
just can't
whatever
believe.
it is.
Sorry, I was just going to say,
It
can't
was a
believe as
challenge.
if.
Difficulties are the challenges. Yes, every day we face a challenge and we learn something from the life day to, with our child. Uh, our kids are teaching us a lot. We have
Yeah.
learned everything in life when we were, when before diagnosed, what was our behavior, what was our attitude. Now, how we have changed. If we see,
Hmm.
we have changed a lot, dealing with our kids,
Completely.
autistic kids,
Completely.
and the challenges, how we are taking day by day. It has changed our attitude. And
Yeah.
one of, of all this, first thing we learned in life dealing with our kids is the patience. The patience
Mm-hmm.
is the first thing which our kids has teached us. The patience,
Yeah. True. True.
the patience is the main thing. And unconditional love. No,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
because they are more lovable kids. We have learned the new way of loving from our
True,
kids.
true, true, true.
So life is difficult. Take it as a challenge. He's telling. Difficulties are exam. As everyone is in our exam, we have to pass it, face it boldly. We have to be strong mothers, strong parents first.
Right, right. I was just going to say that it's just, you cannot imagine a 15-year-old kid giving you these messages about lives and difficulties and challenges. I mean, it's just only Navneet who could do that, which
He's
is why I
beyond his
call
age.
him a girl.
He's beyond his age, I think, 30,
Way
40,
beyond.
50,
Yeah,
50, 60 years matured brain he's having now. I think.
it's just amazing. Okay, shall we move on to the next one, Day?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Key for best parenting.
Yes. The key for best parenting, what now need, according to Navneet's thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
firstly, accept the way they are. First, first thing is the main, accept the
Yeah.
acceptance is very important. When we
Right.
accept a child, then only we can move forward. How
Mm.
to work on them. First, accept the child. They are. Secondly, unconditional love.
Mm.
Thirdly, trusting their abilities. Mm. And keep working on them and building their self confidence, teaching them life skills, making them independent, being a role model for your child, being a role model for your child, setting a goal for your child and help them in guiding it good working. One most important thing I want to tell you all is to teach a child to accept failures in life. No? He's underlining this main highlighting thought in this answer is, it's
Right.
okay to it's okay to fail. Do learn from failures.
Mm.
It's teaching you how to learn from mistakes. So failures are the ways for success. Teaching life lessons is very important. So investments for child future, give security to a child, so make their life secure. These are the tips I'm reading.
Mm-hmm.
Having good communication with a child is very important. So again, starting with acceptance and ending his answer with good communication. He is he's focusing more on this, thought.
Right.
So
Right. Right.
mm, teaching the mean in this competition world, what parents are doing, competition world, they are in the hunt of success. They were so much used to the success. If they get the failures in their sometimes if they get failures in their lives, it's very hard for them to accept it.
Mm.
That's why
Right.
most of stress, anxiety, it is. And this the whatever he has wrote no answer, this is not only applied for special kids and the parents. It's
It's for
for
everyone.
normal parents and the kids also it is applied.
True.
In the
True.
healthy, keep the competition healthy, but it
Mm.
doesn't mean that it disrupt their life. you know
Mm-hmm. Right.
we,
Right.
the life lessons, teaching our kids the life lesson is very important. Sometimes failures are, it's okay to fail, but we
Right.
have to learn from them.
Right.
Means that every time, yeah, whenever the child gets any good results and something, appreciating them and rewarding them is good as a
Mm.
parent. But along
Right.
with that, we have to teach the child. It is very important. We have to teach the child. But in future, if in sometimes there will be ups and downs in the life.
Mm.
But if in
Right.
case you sometimes if you fail in your life, in your exams or something, please, you learn from that and you
Mm.
look forward. with the better results, better changes in your reading and all learning skill. We have to
Right.
teach the child. Failures and success are the part of the life. We have to
Hmm.
teach the child it's okay to get failures, but we have to um, learn from them.
Right, right. And some of the
Then,
big lessons usually comes from the big failures.
yeah.
Otherwise, and I also think that it would come from the parents. Like if we as a parent would model it for our kids, I think that is how it will flow into their lives
Yes.
eventually.
No, there are many. After this, his book got released. Navneet's
Hmm.
book got released, and so many webinars we have conducted, and in so many programs I have attended, sitting with him, and I have shared all the matters with Navneet. But he is stable. I
Yeah.
came with purpose. I am doing it. I will not go back and no, it's not the time. I am happy. I'm celebrating it, but we have to
Hmm.
balance our emotions. He tells, this is the
Right.
main thing I have learned from him. Whenever something happiness or something good things happens, we cannot control our happiness. We will be so much excited, so much we will be get used to that.
Get
The
carried.
little
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
all, and we'll be so happy, but we have to keep that stable. I have learned this from Navneet. He is
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
When his book is published, so many parents are sending you message. They are. I will read out the messages of the parents to him. He is happy, and not
Hmm.
afterwards he'll be okay. He'll balance, and
Right. Right.
what next to do? He will think about it.
Right.
And
Right.
in
Right.
book also he has wrote especially about this failure and success. In his first
Hmm.
book, he has wrote a little bit deeply about this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I have learned from him.
Yeah. I think
I'm
it is.
I have I'm controlling my emotions and all. I have learned from him.
Right, right, right. I think it is his spirituality which like keeps him that grounded and keeps him that balanced always, no matter whether it is a failure or if it is a success. It just
Mm.
keeps him balanced always.
What he tells me, Vigya, he tells me that I came in this life for the purpose, and I'm
Hmm.
doing my duty. It's my duty, he says. Whatever
Yeah,
he is
yeah,
sharing his knowledge and all, it's his duty. He's fulfilling.
yeah,
He's not
yeah.
looking at what others are telling, what are the comments. He is not, but whatever he is doing, he is expecting that if it is getting used to the parents or not. That is the only one
Right,
question he that.
right.
But otherwise he is looking for everything.
So he's like very, very focused on what he wants to achieve, and no matter whether failure comes or any hardship comes his way, but he's very focused on what he thinks his purpose is in life, which
Yes,
is
yes.
so much to learn from. Oh,
Uh,
Navneet. Okay, move on to the next one.
yes, yes.
Okay, so the next question is, my son is 6.10 years old. He is fully verbal. He talks everything, but how to improve his confidence while talking? Wish he should communicate effectively. He prefer to show behavior like pinching, pushing, instead communicating. Please guide me.
So the answer for this question is self-confidence develops when you work more cognitively on your child. Talk about something on different topics and work more on building comprehension. uh, he's he's writing this as a therapist, building comprehension, building and all is
He
technically
has
is
all the
going. Uh,
experience. Yeah,
uh,
yeah, yeah,
talking everything, talking, yes, see, talking everything is different from talking with meaningfully. We
yeah,
have to focus on this. Having a speech is not enough. Child should learn how to communicate with others and express their feelings and thoughts.
yeah.
Very important. expressing feelings and thoughts is very important. Build their confidence by going for more choice making activities. Giving choices gives your child one step towards independence. Communication is expressing our thoughts and feelings through verbal or non-verbal way of communication. Teach your child about emotions and expressing it. So, if you work on emotions, most of the aggressive behavior reduce. If he is not able to express verbally, then use emojis to express. You make a emoji chat and ask him daily how he is feeling and what made him to feel sad and happy. So again and again, he is highlighting more on the teaching
Communicate. Yeah.
emotions to the child, and emotion regulation is very important. And giving the means communication, obviously communication is proper communication is important, but along with that, if we give the child the choice making, then he will even the child will feel respected, even our
Mm.
choice and our choices and likes are also matter for the parent.
Right.
It will come in
Right.
the mind. Choice making activities mean choosing the task independently from our choice. This is
Mm.
very important. It will develop the self confidence, and I have worked on this a lot. That's why he is now independently expressing his thoughts. Now he is
Mm.
expressing all the things, all the emotion, and likes, about likes, dislikes, what he wants to do, and all. We had given him independence from the starting. I worked on this a lot, choice making activities, whether we want
Mm.
to do this task or this task, for choose, keep the task in the beginning, keep the two tasks in front of a child and let
Mm.
him choose what to do the first. Start with the simple task, and
Right. Right.
one task should be of his favorite, and other task will
Mm.
be of yours, and you make start with that, means
Mm.
they will get independent to
Mm.
choosing their task and doing the activities of their choice. It will build their self confidence. Whatever
Right.
the small decisions is there, and whatever whether it is a question comes to the food likes and dislikes of the choosing the clothes or eating something of the favorite food and all, give them a
Right.
choice, what you want to eat, whether this or that, whether
Right.
while going out, whether for shopping or keep their choices also in
Mm.
mind, keeping their choice in your mind, make them to choose what they want.
Right.
It is
Right.
very important, and it will take up one step forward to self self
Independent.
confidence,
Sure.
and more and more emotions,
Mm.
teaching emotions is very important,
Right. Right.
this is
Right.
what I'm highlighting friend.
Right, right. With choice making, I remember that for us, I mean, I think it totally depends on the child, what their interests are. For us, starting with the food, the snacks were really great for us because my daughter is into food. She's a foodie, so she just it just
Mm.
worked out when I started showing her two snacks to pick from, and she would right away pick the one of her choice, and that is when I knew that she's ready to learn this skill of choice making. So I think it totally depends. If he use the child's interest into it, then I think the any concept, like any other concept, choice making would come easier to them.
Mm. Means they feel that somewhere they feel that their choices and they are respected. It gives a
Right,
respect. Not only it builds a self confidence. It
right,
makes them even respect. We
right.
have to
It
respect their choices
right,
also.
right.
If
Their
if
choice does
their
make a
choice, and along with that, we have to keep in mind that whatever they choose, whether it's when it comes to the question of food or something, along with that, we have to keep in mind that whatever they choose, not always it is going to be healthy. Sometimes they choose
right,
food, vapors and all, healthy oily
right,
food snacks they will choose. but we have to explain them what is going to affect on their health. We have
Right.
to explain them about it.
Right.
Will
Right.
meant to replace it with the same texture and the smell. Even now, when he was small, now he is not uh, addict of that. He loves potato. He loves to eat some wafers and all. But in the air fryer, I will prepare some snacks for him. Some crunchy food he wants.
Nice. Oh wow.
But if the same texture, if we replace it with the same texture,
Yeah.
with the fryer, I will prepare the snacks. Sometimes popcorn, sometimes wheat like small poppets and all. I'll bring and I will prepare him in the air fryer and I will bring him. But the crunchy texture he wants, But
Mm.
and he will whatever I'll prepare. Keeping in mind a healthy point of view, I'll prepare and he enjoys it. Sometimes I will prepare a papad for him, masala papad and roast with ghee and all, roasting it in the ghee. We have to find the new ways, in that. Along with that, their needs should be fulfilled. Their texture, smell, taste, whatever they are seeking from that food, it should be fulfilled, and it should be healthy. Keeping.
Right.
We
Right.
have to
Right.
find out ways. As a mother, we have to find out the ways.
Right, right.
Very
I think we'll have to keep a separate session to learn from you these different ways
see,
of cooking, because I remember
see
in one of the
from
write-ups.
this matter from self confidence, it took to the food, dragging track. It has changed the track. Again, it took to the food, topic of food.
Well,
Uh,
food is one of those things which keep us going, so it is of interest for everyone.
healthy food is very, very good. It's going to be a main impact on the child, especially for autistic kids. We have to look at their diets. Diet is very proper. Diet is very important for
Mm,
our children. Mhm.
for sure.
So move to the next question.
Yeah. Okay, so it says we want to give best of us as a parent. Please can you guide how to make my child comfortable, happy and successful? How to develop him as he will become independent in life? Can you see it on my screen, please?
Yes.
Okay.
The answer for this question is from Navneet. What Navneet says. Parents play an important role in children's life. Your love and compassion towards him make comfortable for comfortable. For me, I am the only child, so all my parents' attention and love poured only on me. But if child is having a sibling, then parents have to share equal amount of love and attention to both children. Parents should prepare a child to be independent by teaching them all life skills. You first teach them doing everything office work by his own, like eating independently, dressing, bathing, maintaining personal hygiene, and in future having independence in doing work according to his skill. So to be happy in life, first do what your heart says. Do the future secure of your child. Don't go along with always success. To be successful in life, we have to do things in a perfect way for placing your mind with particular goal. And we may fail many times to reach the goal, but we should learn lessons from our failure. In this question, parent is asking that how to make my child successful. For that,
Mm,
he is saying that success is obviously important, but we have to teach our child along with that how to face the failures also, and we have to set a goal for a child. Setting a proper goal is very important, and the most important thing is making our child independent, doing their
mm,
own work. That is live teaching the child about the living skill is very important. Uh, first. Means if they are independent, their future and all of ours as well as our children's future will be secure. Yeah. What can I give the best as a parent? The best we can do for a child is show your love and compassion. That is the
Mm-hmm.
very very first important thing we have to do. Love and compassion is very important. Mm.
Yeah.
Means always happiness comes with us. They are the face readers. If we are happy, they are happy. you know
Yeah.
we have to be happy first.
Mm-hmm.
Then only we can spread happiness. No,
True. True.
they will
True.
read. They are the face readers. Mm, uh, each and everything, every minute they will be observing us. How
Mm.
our pain, they can feel our pain also. Mm. What we are
Yeah.
thinking, what we are doing, and they will when especially when the child enters the teenage, this emotions will be very high. They will observe each and everything, what the parents are thinking, what how their parents are behaving, everything they will
Mm-hmm.
come. uh, if they are not expressing to you all these things, it doesn't mean that they don't know anything.
Mm.
They don't know all these things. So first keep yourself happy. Then only you
Yes.
can have happiness. Whatever you do your level best to keep yourself happy. That's the thing. I have this mantra I used. I always use. I
Mm.
always make myself to keep healthy and fit and always happy. Sometimes thinking about the future, always it is a part of the life. Sometimes we'll think about the future. Yes, thinking
Mm.
about future is important, but along with that, at present, what we have to give our child, that is very
Right.
important.
Right. Right.
Keep
Right.
yourself happy first. As a parent, keep yourself happy. You be
Mm.
happy. Then only you can give happiness. Then only you can work on your child. In your stressed mind, you cannot work on a child. No?
Mm. I think that's the biggest thing that we have learned. At least I have learned from you is I've always seen your smiling face. Always.
No, no, whenever I
Always.
feel depressed, I go for 10 15 minutes. Music is also my hobby. I keep,
Uh,
I will spend my time for myself, for 10 15 minutes. Whatever good I feel to do for myself, I will do it. That
very important. Yeah.
sometimes we have to be selfish
Mm.
to make others happy.
Right.
We have
It's
to
not even
physically and
being selfish. I mean, unless you will take care of yourself, how can you take care of anyone else? You cannot.
Yes, we have to be happy and healthy first. That's
Right.
why I will
Right.
not do any fasting and all. I have to
Mm.
keep my health fit and fit and fine. So I will not do any fasting and all. I
You are
will think of my health first. Look
you are
over.
perfectly fit.
No, if I am fit, my son is fit. No,
Hmm.
that is the mantra.
Totally.
If
Totally.
we parents are fit, then only we can uh, work on the child. Big responsibility is in our hand. God has given the big responsibility of our children, special children. So we have to keep ourselves fit.
Totally. Mentally, physically, stability is so important to keep working with the child.
Yes, yes.
Okay, I'll move on to the next one. It says how to make safe future.
How to make safe future, very important. And also, future. Navneet's answer for this question is future will be secure when you start working on your child now at present.
Hmm.
Making them physically strong and independent is very important. Do make them to do all self work of their own. Make home for safety in future by giving them security in home. Special child always needs someone to look after them. If you are with them, then they are comfortable. But in your absence, make further arrangements in such a way that they be with the right person. You know, this answer and this question makes us so emotional. You know, as a parents, when we are with our kids, we do our level best. You know what is good for our child. Uh,
True.
in our
True.
absence, this is also an important thing we have to think. But they should be in the right in the hands of right people. We have to set.
Mm.
Um, Sometimes our kids will be um, face so much problems, in future. If we think of this, the goosebumps will start,
Mm.
about
Mm.
future. We start thinking in our absence what will be their future. So make their future in such a way that in wherever our child is going to be in future in our absence, they should be secure. There are some
Right.
many residential schools and all are there, but how safety it would be in our absence, how it's going to help, how it's going to keep our child safe in that environment. We have to look after that and be close to your family and relatives, whether brothers and sisters. They are sort of, if we share our problems, if we as a parents, if we share our kids problems, what of our child's situations and challenges, what our child is facing, and about our child's likes and dislikes, if we keep these topics in if we share this matter with with our family, it will be
Mm-hmm.
very good. In
Right.
our absence, they should know
Right.
what how can we help that child.
Right.
In this matter, I want to share some very important matter. Since
Mm-hmm.
from 15, when he was born, from I think around till from 2 years till now, 16 years he is now, 15
Mm-hmm.
13 years, we have maintained a diary. My husband has the habit of writing the diary. In that,
Mm-hmm.
each and every day, what Navneet does, what are the changes, what are the challenges he is facing, and
Oh
what are the
wow.
activities we are doing to help him, about his likes, dislikes, what he loves the most, how his emotions, and all. We have write it down in the diary. In
Wow.
matter, and this matter we have shared this matter with our family also.
Wow.
Even what are the in my absence, when I go to my parents place, I will leave Navneet at in my parents will be there. I will go out for 1 or 2 hours out. If I go outside, they know they can easily handle him, because they know his
Mm.
likes and dislikes. They know his routine, and they know what the therapy makes him calm. They
Right. Wow.
they can easily handle in my absence, in our absence. Whenever at our place, we will hardly get, because us is a nuclear family. We will hardly, as a
Mm.
husband and wife, it's very hard
Right.
for us to time spend, make time
Right.
for. But we whenever we go out, there is no anyone to look after Navneet at our
Mm.
place,
Mm.
because husband, me, and Navneet are living. So whenever we go out, we have to take Navneet. There is no any option.
Mm.
But
Mm.
whenever I go to my parents' place, I will do this. I will leave Navneet at home. Sometimes
Mm.
I'll go to movies, sometimes for shopping, and
Mm.
many times me and me and my husband went leaving Navneet at home. Means my sisters and all know how to manage, how Navneet is, what are his likes and dislikes. They can hardly, they can manage 1 or 2 hours.
Right.
Uh,
Right. Right.
Means
Right.
we have to sometimes, they are unknown persons. As a
Right.
parents, we
Right.
know the challenges what our
Right.
child is facing, but we sharing this problem with the third person who is very concerned to us.
Right.
We have to share the problems. We should not
Right.
hide. know.
Right.
Whatever the
Right.
child is facing, all about the what we do for a child, we have to
Mm-hmm.
share, and we have to
Right.
write it down in the book, diary, so that
Mm.
in our absence, whoever come across that face, whoever take that responsibility of our child, they should
Mm-hmm.
know what we
Right,
used to do,
right.
you know. That thing first came in my mind, um, we have that diary, we have
That's
wrote it
such a
down.
good idea. Yeah,
We
yeah.
have write it down what are the things and what are the calming techniques, what are the alerting techniques and all, likes, dislikes, about his emotions, how is he, so all about his behavior we have wrote it
Mm.
down in a diary, you know. And we
Wow.
have shared, I will share, I will not hide any matter, whatever the ups and downs about the good, positive and the negative, whatever the things, about my child,
Right.
I will share with my sisters and my parents. More than the
Mm.
parents, I'll share with my sister, and
Mm.
he's more connected to my sister, my
Mm.
sisters.
Okay.
He chat with
Okay.
them. I make him to chat with his aunties, daily.
Mm.
So he should be get used to them also, you know,
Right. Right.
prepare,
Right.
uh, preparing him for that also. We
Right.
have to be whatever the challenges comes, we have to be prepared, because
Right.
life is unpredictable.
Mm.
What comes,
Mm.
what is our future, God knows. But
Right. Right.
we have to think about the future in such a way, in our absence they should be in their right hands of
Right.
their
Right. Right.
responsibility should be in the right hands. And those whoever is looking after our kids, special kids, they should not feel burden of our children.
Mm. True.
Means
True.
prepare and train your child in such a way, make them independent now at present. As a parents, what you can do for your child, make them
Mm.
independent bathing, brushing, eating by themselves. If they do their work by themselves, then in future whoever looks after them,
Mm.
they even your child will be comfortable, and those who are looking after your child, even they will also be comfortable.
Right, right, right. Yeah, I mean, you are right. It goes both way. The other person taking care of the child should know your child, but I think training your child and giving them this chance of leaving them with somebody else, I think it just builds up their confidence that they can stay away from their parents also for a while, and I think boost up their confidence level as well.
As a parents we can do, if a child is, sometimes you will feed them, sometimes you will help them in the brushings and all. It's okay, but in your absence, no, you to take the place of the parents, it takes a, heart
Right, right,
kind
right,
hearted person, it or not all are like parents. But
right,
they have to look after our child as a responsibility, as a family they are looking. But they should
right,
also uh, uh, feel, they should also
right,
not feel our child as a burden,
right,
along with
right,
their children. They even they have family, they have the children and all, but our child's burden should not be more on them,
right,
physically.
right. Oh, and
Financially also, we have to make our child secure in future.
right, right. And
Whatever
maintaining,
mm,
I was going to say
yes.
maintaining that diary is a great idea. I think I'm going to take that away and start writing it because I think it will help in future a lot because things
Yes.
will change and over the time even we may forget sometime
Mm.
what strategies we have used in the past, what has worked, what has not. So it's always nice to maintain it and then share it with the people who is going to take care of our child or be spending any time with our child.
Yes.
Great. Okay, I'll move on to the next.
Yes.
It says, is it necessary for a mother of an autistic child to remain with her all the time in early age? Means a working mother can't help her an ASD child. Wow. that's a
No.
big that's a big one.
And this is the question of not only a single one parent, many parents may be curious to know this,
Right.
because most of the parents are both are working women are more, So, so again, I want to, before sharing his answer, I want to tell all that his whatever he writes, he is very straightforward, so what he
Then
thinks is,
we all know him very well by now, I think.
so his answer for this question is, to be frankly, yes, in the early age, child needs a mother so much, because no one can understand a child better than a mother. So he is sharing his thoughts also.
Mm,
To me, my mother was always with me in my early age, so I feel so comfortable. But now I am big boy. I can be without her for some time. So if mother is a working, then uh, please think about your child first. Don't make thinking different work because you have to work more on your child. You need lot of patience. Handling both your child and work will make your mind so disturbed. You cannot focus properly either on your work or your child. At least in the early age, make time only for your child, because it is the learning stage for your child. So take a little break from your work, but once child grows little older, you can start working, but more valuable time should be for your child. So what to tell on this? What to discuss on this matter? Everyone has their own family conditions, not
right,
situations. Conditions are favorable for all. He is keeping his thoughts, but
right, right,
in this I have to say, no, it is a, it's one side of the coin. Whatever he
right,
is telling,
right,
in this
right,
matter,
right,
then not all the financial conditions of the parents will be same.
right, right, right,
In many families, if both husband and wife will not work together, financially support will be very less. Financially support is very important, and they have to work. Not everyone has the same condition,
right.
but along with that, but what he's telling, I agree with him, from
Mm-hmm.
in some matters. When your
Right,
child is small, child needs, your role is made very important. Being with the child when the child is small, you as a parent, as a mother, nobody can take your place as a mother's place. When
right,
the child
right,
is small, you have to look after them. If you're having a special child, then the more attention and more work will be on you, on your
right,
shoulder. But
right,
keeping the whole day and balancing yourself, all the office works and the household stuff, and looking after the child, managing all the three things at a time, it will be so hectic for a mother, especially.
right,
So
right,
what he's telling, at least for 5 6 years, starting beginning, when your child is small, you focus on your child first. Once your child will become little independent, then you can carry on your career and go for your work, and you can be a working woman. He is telling. So time is very important in future. After when a child will become independent, when they reach this stage, we can move up go for the work and look after our career. But this
right,
stage is very crucial for a child, and the teaching stage is, no, when this stage crosses, you know when our kids are in our hand, we have the time to teach them everything about the life skill. When they
mm,
enter the teenage, if we start teaching, it will be very hard for manage. So
right,
in balance, you have to balance the things in such a way that financially, working is also is very unavoidable for some families.
right, 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 right,
But
right,
along with that, we have to deal with the child also. We have to be
right,
stable. So you
right,
take a short break, so that you will be. prepared mentally,
Mm,
uh,
mm,
handle all the things. You will be
right,
mentally prepared for all this in upcoming futures and all, when your
right.
child is uh, small, he is in your hand. You can teach, Time is very
Right,
important. So first,
right.
for starting in the beginning stage, you focus on your child. When your child is small, you focus more on your child.
Building
Then
skills.
you can continue for working and all,
Right,
according to me, everyone has their
right,
own decision, everyone has their
right,
own view, but
right.
according to me, it whatever he's telling, I will, in some matters I second with him,
Mm,
because one story also, as a fiction story, he has created and wrote in his book. You may have read that book, about the
yeah,
child of
yeah.
a about the child, story of a
Yeah,
special child he has wrote, imagining the things, means
right, right.
fiction. He has wrote the story. Yeah.
Right, right. I mean, and we all understand that this is completely coming from Navneet's standpoint and his experience, what he
Yes.
has experienced in your family. But when it comes to
Oh,
decisions like this,
he has seen the two parts of the coin. I'm a
right,
housewife.
right,
I'm
right,
giving the time, and I'm looking for after him, and I'm giving more time for him, and I'm taking his therapies and all patiently. But it was possible for me because I'm relaxed at home, from the
right,
beginning.
right,
But
right.
he has seen my sister also. She's a working woman.
Hmm.
My sister does a job. But my parents are there with her. So she's comfortable little bit,
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
in their absence, it will be hard for her to manage all the things, The hectic
Right.
whole 10 to 12 hours doing the work. And my niece is small, no, 6 years old,
Hmm.
but managing and doing all her sitting with her, doing making her to help do homework and all, and giving the instructions to her. No, it's she's struggling,
Right,
this
right,
all he's seeing, in the front of
right,
his eyes.
right,
So
right.
whenever even he used to chat with her auntie, please,
Hmm.
Maushi, you get time in the weekends only for your for Akshara. Please give time for Akshara. He will chat with my sister.
I'm sure he will have advice for everyone.
Oh, he is feeling her pain,
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
as a
Totally.
my parents are looking after my niece, but as a
Mm.
grandparents, they are doing their duty. As a
Right,
parents, we have our own love and affection. As a parents, we
right.
have their own duty. We
For
have to
sure,
do that.
for sure,
That's
for sure.
balance. And again, this answer depends upon your own individual perception. I'm just reading. I'm now only a voice for
Right,
now
right,
today.
right,
But think about it, balance.
right, right, right. Okay, shall we move on to the next one?
Yes, yes.
It says, what is one thing you will tell your parents to do differently if given a chance to do it again? Oh, wow. I would love to. I would love
I
to
think,
know what.
can I guess? Can I guess who asked this question?
Okay, sure.
I think you are the one,
I
you're
know.
very curious to ask about Navneet,
Did I could have, like, I asked so many questions. I could have, but maybe I could have. I could totally
No,
have.
no. For this, for this question, how he took this, I don't know. What is your intention of asking this question, and what he wrote? I don't know. It matches or not.
Oh, you
But
know what? Now that I'm thinking, I did ask this question, and I think my intention of asking was if one thing that your parent could do differently for you as a parent and as a child, what can could they have done differently for you that you would.
so
But anyway,
what?
let's see
No,
his answer.
but his answer, mm, what he has wrote. Means as a parents, he trusts on us. Whatever we are doing, he is fully satisfied with that. I think he don't wanted to. As a parents, whatever we are doing, he is okay with. He's comfortable and okay with that. But he has put his wish, along with this. So I want to read out the answer first, and afterwards I will come up with my thoughts.
Please go ahead.
So too
It's so
much,
funny.
too much thinking about me, too much thinking about me, and giving attention on me. I want to change in parents. Oh my God.
That is all what we do, giving attention to our kids.
to, to me, I am giving my understanding future in my own way. So don't think about me.
Wow.
Yes, Baba, you are a very futurist. Uh, give yourself give yourself time for each other, for talking only about each other. spend spend time with each other like husband and wife. Oh my God, it's very hard. We are not like husband and wife. That's why we are getting time to focus on you. Or else we will we will try.
That's like the last thing that would ever come to mind is take a focus away from your child and spend time with your husband or wife to to talk about each other. That to
Whenever
talk
he
about
has
each other.
observed, he's a keen observer. He has observed us. Whenever we used to sit and talk, only the topic will be about his write-ups and
Right.
whatever whole day. And my husband will go he's a civil engineer. He'll be
Mm-hmm.
most of the time he will be out of station. Morning
Mm.
when he goes at 10:30 or 11 around, he will come in the evening. Sometimes if he's out of station, he will come at around 8 or 8:30 at night. After
Mm.
coming, only the question will be what Navneet did in the whole day.
How was
Yeah,
the day? How was the day? Yeah, how was the day? What did the child do?
did it
Did they
trouble?
cry?
Did it trouble you?
Uh,
What are you comfortable? What this is the only thing as a parent, not as a we forget that
true,
we are husband and wife. But
true.
now he wants us to spend time, as a husband and wife. He wants us to sit and talk about ourselves. But when we have reached that stage, if we sit and talk about ourselves, we'll become a Mickey and Mouse. Ah. It's better, we be as a parents only. We are leading a happy life. but um,
Right.
but he's my husband is very understanding. Very patient. He's having very patience. But as a matured boy, as a teenage boy, he is asking the question to the parents.
Mm.
Means you'll spend time on thinking about my future and my write up books and all. But and it is also important, as a we are look as a parents, we are doing whatever the level best we can do for our children. We are doing along with that. We have to, as a husband and wife, keeping this relation bonding strong is also very
Mm.
important, because it is going to change us as a good parents.
Mm.
It will
Right.
change if, as
Right.
a husband and wife, if we keep spending time for ourselves, then our bonding will be strong, and we will be more mentally stable, more positive, to look as a to take the role of the parents. We will be
Mm.
more strong, along with the as a parents bonding. And we have, as a husband and wife's bonding should be also very strong. We
Right.
should and the life is lived once. No. Uh, we are looking only as a point of view. We are leading our life as a parents, therapies and all, whatever. It will be in our parents mind. It will be only about the our children's
Right. Right.
therapy,
Right.
what
Right.
therapy we should take, about the diet, about the OT activities, about the sleeping issues, medicines. along with that, we have to at least not, I'm not telling daily, at least weekly once, whenever we spend weekend,
Mm,
we have to spend. If you're living in the joint family, leave your child at home and spend
mm,
time. At least go out, go for outing, at least for
right.
1 or 2 hours. Spend time with your husband. Mm.
I mean, isn't that true for, even with the neurotypical parents? Because I mean, I don't think that it is only the special need parents who fall into this pattern of just talking about their kid, their life revolves around their kids. I feel it is everybody's life. Everyone does the same thing. Once they are a parent, they are a parent. They just forget that there is like a husband
No,
wife relationship.
no. Now I'm feeling very guilt. When I read this answer of Navneet, then I realized since from many years I am working only on Navneet. I have to take this therapy, that therapy. Sometimes, whenever I used to make him to write for his write-ups and all, so there are not even many times, my
Mm,
husband had. Breakfast by his own, and what he ate, what he took in his tiffin, and also
yeah.
sometimes he has adjusted a lot, in this life. Uh, Means as I feel sometimes I feel very guilty. How can I be over possessive only for my child? Even we have, as a husband and wife, we are also having a life. We have to spend
Don't
time for
feel
each other. Huh?
don't feel guilt about anything. It's everybody's
And,
life is the same, so don't feel
no,
guilt about it. But I'm
no,
surprised with
sometimes,
this answer of his.
no,
Really surprised.
sometimes I will forget myself, whenever when he was small, whenever I used to work more on him, whenever I used to have my dinner, uh, I will be like autistic only, when
Mm,
in I will be I used to be in some thinking so much,
mm,
what therapies I should take, what should I what task, what program I should prepare for him, and all in all these things, I used to think, and I used to have dinner also along with that.
right, right.
I used to forget to wash my hands.
Mm,
Sometimes I did, the funny things also. I used to
mm.
have dinner, and I used to wipe down its mouth sometimes.
That
Oh,
yeah.
what I was involved
I
in
mean,
this.
imagine that much how absent-minded we get when we think about our kids, and then we complain that our kids are not attentive and they are not paying attention. But imagine us doing things like these.
Now I'm little bit relaxed, Vidya. But
Yeah.
at the early stage, I used to put more pressure on my mind to looking about his therapies and all. Um, how I am going to do all these things? How should I work systematically? How should I do this? All these things were so much running in my mind at that time. Now I'm little bit relaxed. So I think now I should follow this.
Or this
I
wait, this
should
was for
follow
you. I asked this question for you so that you can get the answer. I'm just kidding.
it.
Okay, we'll move on to the next one.
Yes, yes.
Share some strategies to follow on building trust with a child.
So the answer for this question is tips to build trust with child is firstly connect with the child in their world. Again, he's writing this one. Secondly, unconditional love towards them, and thirdly, don't make them feel they are disabled. Show them that you believe and care for them. Good positive side of child should be praised. Gain trust by showing emotional attachments towards children. Fill their spoon, feeding with love and care.
Mm.
So poetic write up has come in this, fill their spoon, feeding with love and care. Building trust means we get trusted.
Hmm.
If you want to gain the trust of a child, first we have to have a good connection with the child. We have to connect with the child. And the same thing, what he wrote previously, the answer, and the other thing is, we should treat our child as a, not as a disabled, you know if we go on thinking beyond the label, then only we can work on our child, the assessments, whatever the, you have done. You may be seen, all the things, you get the report. Sometimes parents will get depressed by knowing that my child is having milestone and all. My child is a severe autistic, my child is mild autistic, he's having, means
Mm.
if we go on keep on thinking of the label, we will get depressed, huh?
Right.
What are the challenges, what are the issues our children are having? If we focus on that, then only we can work on our child, we have to go beyond the label to work
Mm.
on the child. First, connection with the child and showing them unconditional love and treating them as a normal, as we treat the normal kids, we have to treat with them. Maybe they need a different way of learning. We
Mm.
maybe have to teach them the different style of teaching. We need
Mm.
special way of teaching. We have to teach them in a special way. But it
Mm.
doesn't mean that we our child don't know anything, or he cannot understand, or he is not having that potential of learning and all. Don't keep that in.
Right.
Teach the child, and I want to keep the strong point, very important point. Teach the child the way they want to learn, you know
Yeah. Yeah.
teach them the way you want to teach, you know this is the main point I
Right.
want to highlight, teach them
Right.
the way they want to learn. Don't
Right.
teach them
Right.
the way you want to teach them. We
Right. Right.
teach our kids, as we will keep the program, and we make the program. We will go structured wise, and we will keep on planning. We will teach in this way, that way. But we have to
Right.
also observe a child, how he can learn. You know,
Right.
teach in such a way that he should learn interestingly, not
Right.
forcibly.
Right.
Then
And like we
only
said,
they can. Mm.
earlier, the we will have to try various different methods before he will click, before one will click to the child, and that is the one that would work for that child. So we just have to keep trying different
Know
methods
their
to. Yeah.
know their
Yeah.
interest first. Keeping their interest in mind, teach all the
Mm.
activities. For
Right.
example, I want to give some simple example. When he was small, when he was 3 or around 4.5, 5 years old, he used to love beading, beadings,
Mm.
making big beads. He used to
Oh.
love that activity, beatings. Through
Yeah.
that activities, I took him, and earlier also I have mentioned, I think, in my book, and earlier also I have talked about this. Through that beading, I teach him. Beading is his interest.
Mm-hmm.
Taking this his interest in my in the main goal, the task, keeping his taking his interest. I teach him the taking big and small base. I teach the concept of
Mm.
big and small, and the alphabets also. I used to take the alphabets beats, and I used to make him to beat A, B sequentially,
Oh
A to Z,
wow.
and
Right.
I used to take the numbers. If my task was to teach him the numbers, I used to take the number beats. I used to make him the beating 1, 2, 3, 4 sequentially, and the big
Mm.
and small concept means I used to combine the beats, big and small beats combining, and Navneet pick the big beat. Navneet pick the small beat while beating. I
Mm.
used to give the instructions.
Mm.
Beating was his interest, and I put my task in that, his interest, and he learned. Small and
Right.
big concept
Right.
he learned, and the counting the objects he learned, and the
Mm.
shape he learned. I used to take the different shapes also, different shapes beadings
Oh
I used
wow.
to take.
Right.
All the
Right.
most of
Right.
major concepts, basic concepts, I teach him through beading, because
Right.
his beading was his interest.
Interest. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He used to love that activity. He loved that reading. Along with that, he learned. What I was
Right.
that also he learned. See, so
Right.
keep
Right.
child's interest and makes your own way as a parent.
Right.
If you
Right.
work on your child, you will get the new ways. Where
Right.
there is a will, where there is a will, there is a way. You keep
For sure.
you do keep this proverb in your mind. You will get new
Right.
ways.
Right. Right. Right.
So,
Great.
now let's move to the next
Next one.
question.
Sure. We want to be a good friend to our son. What can we do?
So, the answer for this question is to be a good friend of your child, connect with your child first, then try to understand your child, respect their abilities, spend time with your child, doing activities along with your child, share emotions and feelings of each other, talk with your child about your childhood and share some stories with your child. Communicate with the child giving more gestures than verbally instructing. So, if we want to be a good friend of a child, first thing we have to do is sitting with them, and we have to be not as a mother, as a parents. At that time, we should be as a friend. We have to do the activities along with them. Means we do activities is very important to be a good friend of a child.
Hmm.
Since from when he was small, as I told you, I homeschool Navneet. There was no
Hmm.
any therapies and all centers and all. Whole and soul was me, at that time.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
there was no any option for me at that time to sit with him and do the activities. I used
Hmm.
to sit with him and I used to do the activities. And we, as a friend, I used to treat. Now also, I am a good friend of him. That is
Hmm.
the friendship. Making being a good friend with a child is very important. Means first thing is we have to spend the time with the child for that, and we have to sit with them and do the activities. Give instead of giving the instruction to a child to
Right.
do this
Right.
activities and that activities, we have to follow. We do activities. That is
Along
very
with that.
along
Right.
with
Right.
do the activities along with them. Don't
Right.
take
Right.
activities we can do. If you are doing the coloring activities, you make them to do coloring, the color the flower, and you do the color of you do the coloring of the leaves, like that.
Mm-hmm.
Share the activities,
Right.
do activities and encourage them. Tell mama is doing, mama is not doing coloring, no, you have done so goodly. Praise them.
Mm-hmm. Right.
By
Right.
doing the
Right.
activities, no, mama is not getting it. Mama is not mama will
Mm-hmm.
not do this activity, so neatly, you're doing very neatly. See, you have finished this activity fast. Mama is slow,
Mm.
like, not talking like this.
Right.
It will build the
Right.
self confidence. Whatever the activities
Wow.
you do, the activity along with your child and make them feel confidence. Build their self confidence will develop when you praise the child. When they feel, some special. I am doing the activities perfectly than my mother. And that should
Right. Right.
that nature will should come. They, they should be come, from them.
Right.
So
Right.
build activity, then only they will and work more on the emotions, so that
Mm.
everything whatever the child is feeling, he should share with you all the things,
Mm.
future also,
Right.
and
Right.
communication with the child and make spend more time with the child. And if you are expecting from your child to share all the things about his childhood or about his emotions, start sharing your story with your child.
Mm.
Instead of taking the stories of this from the books and all, as a parents, share, if your child is small, share the stories of yours, when how
Mm.
was your childhood, how you were,
Right.
I used to tell the stories more naturally, for
Mm.
Navneet. I used to share my childhood story with him.
Mm.
More I did storytelling time. I used to share more my childhood stories with him, then only
Mm.
how was my childhood, how we
Right.
used to play, how we used to do activities, how we used to go to school, homework, and how we used to play and all.
Right.
Share
Right.
your story, share your story, and give set them and give them a example, your example, to share his
Right.
story. It will
Right.
give them an
Right.
example to
Right.
share their emotions. That is
Right.
the thing. Go for natural, whatever the story
Right.
feeling, along with the story books and all. Keep
Mm.
sharing your thing, your likes, dislikes, and all. Hmm?
That's a
You know,
really, really, really good point. Otherwise, with everything going on around us, we usually don't like
hmm.
take time to talk about our feelings with our kids. Firstly, most of the
you
time
know
we think,
more than making our kids to be in their imaginary life, when
mm,
you're telling the story about some books and all, they will imagine the thing, but when we start sharing our story, they will feel a real face, and
right, right,
the real
right,
world they will see.
right,
So keep start sharing your story about your likes, dislikes. If you want to teach your child the emotions and all, first you share your emotions, about what
right,
makes you happy. He knows everything about me, and so what makes me happy, what makes me sad, about my likes, dislikes, and all he knows, because
exactly,
we used to share everything,
right,
Um,
right,
keep on sharing
mm,
your things. Be real. Mm.
right,
Keep on
great,
sharing.
great, great. Shall we move on to the next one?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I think that is the end of the presentation.
Uh,
I am not sure if Khushboo is
Yeah,
still here. Oh, she is. Okay.
I'm listening to it very patiently and keeping my eyes closed so that I could absorb it.
so
Good.
you were
Good. That was the
imagining the
whole,
thing, Khushboo. You were
Yeah,
imagining the thing so deeply,
and that was
you.
the whole purpose, that you do not have to use your eyes for this presentation. So I'm glad
right.
that we could do it.
No, we did it. We did it. You know.
And I think together we as a team are doing justice to whatever Navneet is doing for all this whole world of autism. So may Almighty keep us, give us enough strength and keep us all blessed so that we keep coming up with such things together as a team. Alone, we all are nothing. But yes, together I know we can do wonders, wonders, wonders. So with this, come to an end with our third category. I can't remember clearly how many categories we have in total, guys.
I think still six, seven categories are there. I think.
I think there are about
Okay,
seven. Yeah.
seven.
Mm.
Okay,
No?
okay. So let's
Next one is ready, I think, Next part, next one is special parents bonding with family and relatives. It is ready, These
great.
write-ups
Mm.
are ready. Uh,
So we'll
we,
we'll roll that out too really soon. So guys, all those who haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe so that whenever the new video is coming up, you will be auto notified about that. Very soon we will be rolling out the remaining categories, sections, whatever. And all other details would be put up here in the description box. If there's any query, anything you want to ask, the live chat is also no, I guess at the end of the live chat would be closed. So if you have any questions, you can reach out to us either on the email or on our Telegram discussion group, on the WhatsApp group. We are there on, like, we have one group on each of these platforms on Facebook. I will post all the links for you, or you can just drop us an email ID and we will share all the links with you over there and you can connect with us. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Navneet, Neha, Vidya.
Thank you so much, Khushboo, for arranging this, making time in this situation. And thank you
Yes.
so much, Vidya. You joined us in the midnight. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Anything that I could do for
thanks.
Navneet, and thank you,
I
Navneet, for sharing your insights with us. Most
know
precious jewels are
we
all
as
coming from
parents,
him.
we are really blessed, to connect with all the very so energetic parents. I'm feeling so blessed. I'm connected with lovely parents, even
Yeah,
as.
this is a connection forever. Yeah. So, all right, guys. See you all in the
Yeah.
next category then. Till then,
Okay.
goodbye.
Bye.
Good night,
Bye,
everyone. Yeah.
Khushbu. Bye,
Yeah.
Vidya.
Bye
Bye.
bye. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
guys.
Good
Bye.
night, Khushbu. You can sleep
Good
now.
night. Yeah.
Okay. Bye.